Hello, everyone. Good morning, good evening. Welcome to daily PMP live class. Please confirm if my voice is loud and clear. Am I audible?
Yes,
All
it's good.
right.
Yes.
Okay. Let's start. Today we will be discussing 10 more questions. So again, I'll be showing you a question and you will be answering in the chat window, and then we will be discussing. So let's start question number 1. All right. Vivek, you have chosen option D.
So there are 9,000 employees, and which is like very big amount. So interactive communication will not be possible for like this larger group. And if everyone needs to be informed about all the updates regarding the project, then the mass communication uh, can be useful here. Like in terms of it may be like some dashboards or links or websites or emails, mass emails. That could be the only possible option. Not sure about the push communication. So it again seems looks like a similar option, but since there is a larger audience, that's why I selected mass communication.
All right, Vivek, you mentioned two things. One, you said email. If it is email, then it should be push communication. And second, you said a dashboard. If it is a dashboard, then it should be a pull communication. So none of them is mass communication.
Okay.
So mass communication is use of social media, electronic media or print media. That is mass communication. But the examples that you have given are both either push or pull. But thank you for the answer.
Thank you.
Okay. So Has, you have chosen option A.
Yeah, I mean, something similar reasoning as that of Vivek. Actually, I was thinking of mass communication as well, but I thought mass communication is some made up term. I was not sure of it. In the sense, most of the time we see push, pull, and interactive, or where we have real-time updates of dashboards. I was thinking mass may not be, but I got to know from you that mass means social communication. But yeah, given the situation, he wants to communicate, he wants to inform to the customer. Push maybe where we send out the information, what's happening about the uh, right? So interactive, as Vivek said, it is very tough to have an interactive communication because you will have so much of feedbacks. It will be overwhelming for someone to look at what is, if someone gets back and gives feedback, it becomes overwhelming. So pull communication is just an update, someone wants to take the information. But here, if I want to send out the information, maybe the push communication is a better choice. That's what I felt.
All right, thank you for detailed explanation. So remember, the principles or rules are almost same, whether it is, the style of management or communication. And what is that? Freedom, autonomy, let people choose, right? So rather than pushing something, what we will be doing, we will be allowing people to pull communication. So out of 9,000, it's not like that everybody would be interested in your project at the same level. So there would be a varying interest level. So what we will be doing, we will be having a pull-based system in the form of a dashboard that Vivek mentioned, where people they can visit that platform and they can extract information if they need it. Push is not advisable here, one, because not all the people need same information. Second, it's not advisable to send, for example, let's suppose if you want to inform them weekly. So every week you're sending an email to everybody, right? And maybe some of them are not interested. So we will be having a platform where anyone who is interested to get information about the project, they can visit that platform. That could be a website, that could be a dashboard, that could be a data drive where they could visit and they could find the information. So again, the best form of communication is interactive, but interactive is not possible here because of large audience. Then the second best option is pull communication. If pull doesn't work, then we go with the push communication. So this is the order based on the effectiveness. So correct answer is option B. Let's read the explanation. Next question. All right. Mohan, you have chosen option C.
Honestly, I don't understand the question, but basically, from my limited understanding, the project manager is using WBS for a project, and he's having issues integrating it with the external vendor in terms of the schedule and understanding dependencies, right? So what is the most appropriate action to address this issue? I mean, A seems to be, expanding the WBS to include more details class for external vendors is not possible, right? Because he does not have the enough details on the vendor activities in terms of what we need to expand it into the current WBS. So that's why I eliminated that. And I picked, again, B is develop a detailed project schedule. We don't use WBS to develop a detailed project schedule. So I kind of eliminated that. C kind of only is the option that made sense because creating a dependency chart where you're identifying the various dependencies and managing that using external vendor, understanding what the external vendor dependencies are with the current internal project schedule. So that's why I mean C made sense, but overall I just don't understand the question.
All right. Thank you. You'll see a lot of questions in the exam which you don't understand, so don't worry. Okay, Leila, you have chosen option A.
Yeah, so like Mohan said, I had a hard time understanding the question. So basically, the project manager has a work breakdown structure, and he's having a difficulty of seeing what are the vendors, external vendor schedule and managing dependency, right? So I thought expand the work breakdown structure to include more detailed tasks, and based on the task, then he can see what are the external dependency. So that's why I chose A. Develop a detailed project schedule using a WBS that will just give us a schedule. How is that going to help what's showing what are the dependency? It won't show on the project schedule. Basically, the project schedule is a timeline, right? And conduct a thorough review with the WBS with the project team. Yeah, we do discuss that with the project team, but that's not resolving the problem here.
All right, thank you for detailed explanation. So let's read the question. It says the project manager is using WBS. They are using WBS, means they are not developing WBS, or even if they are developing WBS, it says for a complex project, but is facing difficulties integrating with external vendor schedule. So there is a difference between WBS and schedule. You use WBS to develop schedule. What is schedule? Schedule is when you break down the work into activities and you add sequence or dependencies. So dependencies are documented in schedule. Dependencies are not written in WBS. The only option that has schedule is option B, number one. So first clue. Apart from that, if we talk about option expand the WBS to include more detailed tasks for external vendor, we don't add task for external vendor in our WBS. WBS is our work, right? So we won't be doing A. So you can simply eliminate option A because vendors' tasks are not included in our own WBS, right? That would be a kind of duplication. Option B, develop a detailed project schedule using the W. So we will be using the WBS and developing a schedule. And in the schedule, we will be writing dependencies because sequence of activities is documented in project schedule. So if any of the activities is dependent on vendor's work, we can mention schedule, right? So B is correct choice. C, create a dependency chart. It's just a made up terms. Dependency charts are used in different contexts, right? Not in this context. Option D, conduct a thorough review of the Ws. Yes, we review, but it doesn't solve the problem. Correct answer is option B, develop a detailed project schedule. Let's read the explanation. Next question. All right, so Has, you have chosen option C.
Yeah, what I know from this is he has received a project baseline, which means the contingency reserves are part of the baseline. So for any usage of contingency reserve, we don't need any approval, right? But if at all we need to utilize the management reserve, we have to go for a change request. That's understanding. And from the given option, it is C which actually talks about this. So that's the reason I chose option C.
So yes, that is correct. Now I'll be explaining this. So for example, when we say cost baseline, so cost baseline includes two things. So one, it includes cost estimate, right? Plus it includes contingency reserve. So when a baseline is approved, means estimate plus contingency reserves both are approved. When both are already approved, so you need another approval on top of that, right? However, when you add management reserve in it, right? So for example, we have cost baseline. And in cost baseline, when you add management reserve, you get your project budget. Now, you don't get budget's approval. So when you use management reserve, you need approval. So no approval is required for contingency reserve because it is already approved. However, when you need to use management reserve for unknown risk, you need approval for the reserve. So if we see, correct answer is option C, obtain approval for management reserve, while contingency reserve can be used without additional approval because they are already approved. Let's read the explanation. Next question. All right, Mohan, you have chosen option C.
Yeah, I mean, the issue seems to be that there is they made some changes, but despite that, the problem persists, and the project progress basically remains slow. So, what is the best option to understand the root cause of the issue? So really, I kind of limited most of the options because they did not pertain to um, some of the problems which the team is facing. And I picked C because it was mostly focusing on understanding what the root cause is, and basically improving the culture of the organization, and that seems to be basically the root cause of the issue. So fixing that would hopefully eliminate the issue. It would eliminate the problem.
All right, thank you. Anton, you have chosen option C.
Yes, pretty the same reason, but I also took elimination method. So we're increasing frequency of status meetings to ensure alignment doesn't make any sense. It will not change the morale or like reduce conflicts. Again, adjusting project schedule. We are, as you know, as project managers, we are like probably using this as a very, very last resort when everything else is already tried. So as well as implement stricter performance monitoring. Again, that's not the business culture we want to introduce in our organization, right? Like the more we squeeze the people, the less effective will be the results. So that's why I left with option C.
All right, thank you for detailed explanation. So yes, correct answer is option C. We should focus on improving the culture of the organization. Why? The problem is with the decision-making process, right? Low team morale and frequent conflicts among team members. So despite trainings regarding these particular problems, the issues are still there. So it means the reason is something else. So, right? So the only option that addresses the root cause, as Mohan mentioned, is focus on improving the culture of the organization. Let's read the explanation. Next question. All right, Vivek, you have chosen option B.
Yes, so I try to eliminate options here. So since we need to like create a document like the situation here, or the some of the teams started, but no one is clear on the objective and how who will be the authority and what are the roles and other responsibilities for the team. So uh, project vision will give us the like what we are doing, the objective, and accordingly we can align the teams and we can set up the roles and responsibilities, everything according to the project vision. So vision is the first statement. Charter I just removed because once team is formed and once we are into this norming stage, then the project charter usually like we create that project charter. So just eliminated that, and governance plan is again also a later stage when everything is in place and we just need to have governance structures. I was not sure
Uh,
about if the project management plan will outline all this, but vision will be the correct document, it seems.
all right, thank you for detailed explanation. Lala, you have chosen option D.
Yeah, so I eliminate the C because it's saying you're a project manager, assigned project manager. So the charter, I took it out because it already you have a assigned project manager on this. And also vision statement, I took it out because I eliminated because I saw somewhere yeah, I eliminated vision statement as well. So the only thing I left with where it says roles and responsibilities, I thought it was the governance plans where it tells us, who has the roles and responsibilities and approval and all of that. So that's why I went with the governance plans.
All right, thank you. Suhas, you have chosen option C.
Yeah, the reason I chose because there is no formal documentation which actually authorizes the PM, right? So that's where I thought, the project charter is the one which actually authorizes the PMs and says, to formally start the project. Although it's been assigned, it says it is assigned, but a formal documentation as per the PM my says that we need a formal authorization for a PM to start the project. So that's the reason I thought project charter is the right thing to do here.
All right, thank you for detailed explanation. Now, why C is the right choice? If we read last three lines, it says, however, you notice there is no formal documentation outlining the project objective, authority, and roles and responsibilities. So the only document that contains objective, authority, and roles and responsibility is project charter. In project charter, you write objective, roles and responsibilities of different actors, and the most important thing is you formally authorize. So what's happening here, for example, sponsor nominates someone as project manager. Now it's the job of nominated project manager to get the charter developed and get it signed by the sponsor. So you are a nominated project manager, you are not officially assigned. So you would only be officially assigned when the charter is signed by the project sponsor. So you are just nominated, you're not formally assigned. That's why you see several team members have already started informal planning discussion. So nothing is formal yet. Why? Because charter is not signed. So the correct answer is develop project charter and get it signed by the sponsor. A charter is the only document that contains all of the information which is presented here. Let's read the explanation. Next question. All right, Vivek, you have chosen option B.
Yes, out of four options, like only option B is kind of a positive here, and we cannot reassign the junior team member to different projects. So we have to skill or we have to give them chance to learn. It is not a practical solution. Even replacing junior team member with another experienced coder, like it's not possible here again. Uh, and D is also assigning a team member non-critical tasks. In that case, no one will learn. So the correct option will be pairing them with any senior developer, and they will guide and supporting accordingly.
All right, thank you. Leila, you have chosen option D.
Isn't it already the question is saying that they pair the junior team member with the experienced member? So the experienced member is becoming frustrated. So I don't know if another experienced person, what if the other experienced person gets frustrated? So reassigning to another experienced person, I don't think will help in the situation. So better that we kind of assign the junior team member a non-critical task to kind of minimize the impact on the schedule. That's what I went with the D. Repair the junior team member to another. Yeah, so that's why I eliminated the C. Pair junior member with experienced mentor. Mentor maybe would be a better, maybe not as a team member. That mentor would be a better option to kind of guide him and support him and then make him understand it. But in this specific situation, I think if we kind of assign him to a non-critical task, but again, we will offend the junior team member if we do that. So, but we cannot take him out of the project and then put him on a different project. That's totally against the PMIism. So I'm between B and D actually.
All right, thank you, Leila. Suhas, you have chosen option B.
Yeah, something similar to what Vivek said, right? So between B and D, uh, if you assign junior member to a non-critical task, it will even make him low, right? His morale will come down. While if you do it with an experienced mentor, it may not be an experienced team member, but it says mentor, right? So who can provide guidance and support on how we can improve on, right? So that's why I thought it is more of helpful thing for him as well as for the team.
All right, thank you for detailed explanation. Now let's read the question. It says, you're managing a software development project with a team of experienced coding professionals. Recently, a new junior team member joined the team and is struggling with coding tasks assigned to them, which is causing delays in the project schedule. The experienced team members are becoming frustrated as they frequently need to assist the junior member. So what should you do as a PM? So in that situation, rather than team member talks to all the senior members and disturb their work and task, what we do is we pair them with either one of the team members or an external mentor within the organization who assists them regarding that specialty, that coding task. So correct answer is option B. Pair the junior team member with an experienced mentor. They could be internal part of the team or could be external as well. So this is a win-win situation. Junior team member is getting trained, right? And experienced team members are not getting disturbed. Option A, reassign the junior team member to a different project. We don't do that. Option C, replace the junior team member with again, it's a replacement. Option D, assign the junior team member only a non-critical task. So as Vivek mentioned, in this way, they won't be learning, right? So the idea is they should learn. So if we are not assigning those tasks, then they won't be learning. The only option where they would be learning and team won't be affected, that is option B. Let's read the explanation. Next question. All right. Anton, you have chosen option D.
Yeah, I think D is representing the like the philosophy of the entire project management. They are always staying open and transparent in any situation, like in any case, um, keeping it fair to all the people.
All right. Thank you. Leila, you have chosen option D.
Yeah, so communicate with the team and then just tell them that why we're going to enter these changes, right? Like it says on the question, we're going under strategic changes, so we're downsizing and we're eliminating certain positions. So if we kind of communicate with the team members and explain to them that behind the changes, I think that would give them some, um, a morale and kind of a better understanding. Then conducting a team meeting and improve their engagement. I mean, I don't think they're still going to be thinking what's going on within the organization or are these changes. So it's not, you're not kind of giving them enough information. Um, C could be also a good answer. Convene a meeting with senior leadership to seek assurance and clarity for the team members. But again, that we don't know if they are involved in this changes as well. So I don't think the leadership is gonna come, assure anybody that saying, "Hey, your position is 100% safe. I'm not gonna get rid of you." So it does not look practical. I feel like.
All right. And Leila, what if you yourself are not sure about what's happening and if your position is secure or not?
Then I would actually go to the management and kind of speak with them. What is the, so yeah, that's why I said C could be something. But I think open communication is better.
Yeah, absolutely. So since we don't have any such information in the statement, which I mentioned, like PM is not aware or something like that. So if PM is not aware, then they would be seeking guidance from senior leadership, but there is no indication in the question. So what we will be doing in order to, so if we read the question, it says many team members are unhappy and uncertain about the reasons behind these changes. So if they are uncertain about the reasons behind these changes, we would be actively communicating or openly communicating with the team about the reasons. So option D directly addresses the problem which is being stated in the question, right? All other options, they are irrelevant. For example, A, focus on remaining team members and ensure their tasks are realigned. So it's about task alignment. You're not answering their questions. So conduct a team building exercise to boost morale. Again, the question would still be there. Option C, convene a meeting with senior leader to seek assurance and clarity for the team. Still, the question would be there, like why these changes are here? What are the reasons? So openly communicate with the team member. Let's read the explanation. Next question. All right, Vivek, you have chosen option A.
So here, like a situation is kind of a legal and all other options giving option are like good choices, but not actually solving the purpose here. So it's a legal stay order, and we are not sure what is going to happen. So in that case, we have to seek the immediate legal help and understand the situation. Then we can reassign the project, or we can develop new project schedule accordingly. But first, we need to understand like what are the implications about this situation.
All right, thank you. Carlos, you have chosen option B.
Yeah, unless I misunderstand what a legal order is, stop, like an immediate stop, and then so reassign the project team to other tasks, and then to obviously take care of the cost of trying to understand and already stopped. So we assign them, and then we can focus on the resolving the legal issue. That's what I saw.
All right, thank you. So Has, you have chosen option A. How would you respond to Carlos' comment?
Yeah, actually, yeah, option B also looks very attractive in the sense, since it's a legal stay, it has come as a legal stay, right? So ideally, that means definitely a legal expert can help to know what we can do next. But then, what will you do for the rest of the project team? Because it's a legal stay, and it takes a lot of things to again go back to the court and other things, right? So option B looks good, but then before taking any action, I think, I thought, why not to discuss this with the legal expert, and then what are the, how long it takes, and then we can probably take an action to reassign. So that's the thing. I thought the first thing I would do is we'll have to see how long it takes, what will happen, and then try to reassign the team.
Absolutely. That's the key concept or keyword here. How long it will take. It all depends on that legal repercussions. So before knowing that, there is no point of reassigning team members or removing team members or releasing team members. So first you need to understand the implications, potential implications, and accordingly you will be taking the right decision. So what we will be doing first, we will be having such consultations, right? And based on those consultations, we will be moving the or taking the right action. So correct answer is option A, consult with legal experts to understand the implications of the stay order and potential actions. Once we understand, then maybe we will be doing reassignment, or maybe we would be terminating, or whatever options you have, right? So all other options are incorrect. The first thing that you will be doing to handle the situation is to understand the potential implications. Let's read the explanation. Next question. All right, Mohan, you have chosen option A.
This is a tricky question. So it seems like the team member has poor performance issues. There have been multiple warnings and dealings with him, but now it's starting to affect the program and the team members in terms of productivity and deadline, right? So what is the best option to effectively address this situation? And I felt like A was essentially doing that, given that team member has been given a lot of warnings, etc. So we've done a lot of pre-work. And the performance hasn't changed. So really, A was the best option. The rest of the options, like scheduling a private meeting with the team member, again, as option B says, it's already been done. Acknowledging the team members' concerns really doesn't solve the issue in terms of how we can address the issue. And D, which is remind the team members of their professional responsibility and project deadlines. It's already been done multiple times, so I felt like that was futile. So A seemed like the best option to me.
All right. Thank you for detailed explanation. Anton, you have chosen option C.
Yeah, C is definitely a Canadian way. No matter what your team is actually involved in, so like if they have personal issues, it is always very, very sympathetic. Yeah, I would just see myself to understand and talk to the person like what's going on, and most obviously how can I help to support them. Like maybe there are ways, maybe they would need some leave, or maybe we can discuss how to reorganize their daily work, but that's what option C is about.
All right. Thank you, Anton, for detailed explanation. Uh, so PMI is also Canadian product management. Very polite, very empathetic, right? Always caring, positive, right? So one of my friends, he was saying like when I was preparing for PMP, the PMI product manager is a very nice person, gentleman, and taking care of everybody. So yes, that is correct. The problem here is that despite poor performance and warnings, the challenge here is that they have personal challenges, right? They have problems in their personal life. If they have problems, so we should be empathetic. So the only option that addresses this is option C. Acknowledge the team member's concern, yes, while exploring how to support them. So there could be multiple ways where you could support them. All other options, they don't address the problem. So option A, reassign the team member to less critical tasks to minimize impact on the project. So no, if a team member is responsible for task A, they would be doing that, right? And if they are having personal challenges, we're not sure if they would be able to complete less critical tasks or not. So there is no indication in the question. Option B, schedule a private meeting with the team member to discuss their performance issues. Private meeting, that's really good. That's what PMIism is, but not to discuss their performance issues, to discuss their personal issues, right? Okay, what's going on? Tell us. So B, again, it doesn't address the problem. C, remind the team member of their professional responsibility. So I can easily relate a country to it, but I won't be doing that. So this is also another country's management style. But C is the right answer. So let's read the explanation. Next question. All right, Vivek, you have chosen option C.
Yeah. So here team lead is thinking that sharing the progress updates is a micromanagement. Maybe there is an issue with frequency or format. So we need to understand the issue, like why he having that perception in mind. So the C is the best option here, that addresses to collaborate and establish a mutually agreed upon frequency and format. So they will agree on format and frequency, and in that way, the team lead's perception can be changed as well. It's a win-win situation for both.
All right. So you're saying maybe there is an issue regarding frequency and format. All right, thank you. Mohan, you have chosen option B.
Yeah. So it seems like the team lead has an issue in terms of updating the status to the PM, right? He or she considers it as micromanagement, waste of time, etc. So B seems like the only option where you are communicate as a program manager, communicating to the team lead and providing them the importance of how important progress is, how important it is to monitor the progress of the project. So kind of convincing them, having that open dialogue with them. Rest of the options, A doesn't make sense, right? You're trusting the team to handle the task independently. How are you going to monitor it? And C is collaborating to establish a mutually agreed upon reported frequency. So I think this could be a good option, but then the culture essentially is of the team lead, or the thought process is considered as micromanagement. So even if the frequency changes, it still would be micromanaging, right? And D asks the team lead to propose an alternative option for providing updates. I mean, it's good, you're kind of making them part of the solution, but then again, it's still asking them to provide an update, which is considered as micromanagement.
All right, thank you for detailed explanation. So yes, that is correct. The problem here is not about frequency and format. The problem here is the mindset. And that mindset is the team member, the team lead perceives project reporting or providing progress as micromanagement. So the entire reporting and updation, they think it's a problem, right? So you need to address the problem here, and option B directly addresses the problem, right? So first you need to communicate the importance of progress monitoring to the team lead. Once you communicate this, then you can agree on, okay, this is really important. Now let's talk about the frequency and format. So first you need a shift in the mindset. The only option that talks about that mindset change is communicate the importance of progress monitoring, because they think this is not important. It is micromanagement and it's a waste of time, right? So correct answer is option B. Let's read the explanation. All right, everybody, if you're done with today's session, just put your score in the chat window. %, 80, 50, 7, 60, 80. Wonderful. I can see a lot of improvement. So people who are scoring 70 or 80%, you are on the right track, and you can consider scheduling your exam, because I can see consistently you are scoring more than 70%, which is really good. All these questions are real life scenarios, right? And these questions are almost similar to the real exam. So whatever your performance is in this mock test, you can expect a similar exam performance in the real exam, right? All right, everybody, take good care of yourself. I'll see you tomorrow with another lesson. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.